Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Harry is actually sick and tired of this SHIT show that he is running with Meghan Markle. And let's face it, it is pretty much a joke. And her recent court win has taken a toll on their already quite stressful, fractured marriage. This couple has not had a moment's rest since they got married, and it has been nothing more than one big pantomime joke. So let me get into it. The real cost of Meghans Victory. After nearly 3 years of very public battles with the Mail on Sunday, Meghan Markle won her privacy case for a second time last week when a judge denied the tabloid's appeal. Meghan took A&L Publishing to court after they published a letter she'd written to her father, but bombshell evidence emerged during the appeal, including the couple's former communications officer turned personal secretary of 3 years, Jason Knauf, telling the court Meghan was aware the letter may be leaked to the media, even admitting she used the word daddy to pull on the heartstrings of the British public. And at the time it would have been the British public because they were based in the UK. He also alleged Meghan had given permission for him to meet with the co-author of the couple's controversial biography Finding Freedom and provided background information, despite Jason telling the court he urged Prince Harry he could not be seen to facilitate the book. Despite the shock new claims, Meghan won the appeal and declared last week, "This is a victory not just for me, but for anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for what is right." However, Palace insider and royal biographer Duncan Larkham, who wrote Prince Harry, the inside story says that despite Meghan's moral victory, the case may have a detrimental impact on their future. Here he looks at the price they may pay. Following their departure from the royal family last January, Meghan and Harry signed lucrative deals with some of the world's biggest media giants. Netflix agreed a £71 million deal, but there's yet to be any content released from Archwell Productions to date, the couple's production company on the platform, although it said Heart of Invictus, a documentary focused on the Invictus Games, and Pearl, an animated movie, are in the works. Meanwhile, they have also signed a Spotify contract worth £30 million, but last week it was alleged that the bosses were reportedly mystified at the lack of content from the couple, as they have only released one podcast since the deal signed last December. Duncan says Meghan and Harry quickly built up a lucrative brand by signing contracts with all these big names. However, we've seen very little content and the silence around it is deafening. It could be that the court case has taken centre stage and prevented them from doing any more work. Also, the likes of Spotify and Netflix knew that people had an appetite for what they had to say, which is why they're so sought after, but it looks less credible now if there are questions around her truthfulness. And that's an element that I haven't actually analysed. Now that she's been outed as someone who has been pretty much running this PR show, that it's been pretty much a pantomime puppet show, and there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors and lies, it's now been confirmed that she is actually a liar, and she did lie on centre stage to Oprah. She also lied to the court in saying that she didn't plan for this letter to be released, when in fact her personal secretary, Jason Knauf, has revealed that in fact she did know that there was a potential for the letter to be released, and I do believe personally that she released that letter herself. And she also had friends talking to various social media outlets and media outlets in general, dropping hints and details of the nature of this letter. It has all pretty much been a big PR show in order to keep her name in lights, and she's successfully done that. I mean, we're still talking about her now. It just goes on and on and on, and the media circus is yet to stop. How can they authentically put together content surrounding how hard done by she was by the royal firm, possibly, when we factually know that we're not getting the whole truth when it comes to Meghan. She's never really clear. Even during her interview with Oprah and with Harry by her side, I didn't really see anything major that the royal family really done. I just didn't really understand what the wrongdoing was. And then someone allegedly said, oh, I wonder what skin tone the baby's gonna have. And then that also came out as they tried to frame it as a racist comment, but I don't know, a lot of people are divided on this. John Barnes, who is an ex-footballer, who is very proud of his Jamaican Black British identity, has said that he doesn't think that that's a racist comment. That's a very normal thing for people to say and speculate, considering he has biracial children who are of mixed origin, and I'm sure that in his personal life, people made comments to him and his wife and asked him, I wonder what shade of brown your children are going to be, or if they are even going to have a brown skin tone at all. That's something that is kind of normal. People tend to speculate when a child is of mixed origin as to how it's going to look, what racial features it's going to identify most with, and so on and so forth. So she tried to frame that as racism, which we just wasn't having. I guess there is a spanner in the works for their content yet to be produced for Spotify, yet to be produced for Netflix. There's a major spanner in the works, because what angle do you really take when you have been working from a script which is packed with lies and you didn't expect to get caught? If these contracts were to be shortened or terminated, it would leave Harry and Meghan in a very difficult position. They have been able to be financially independent and live a luxurious, extravagant, lavish lifestyle since leaving the royals because of these deals. If they were to lose them, it would be a case of what on earth do we do next? And then it continues on here. More damaging claims could also come forward. While the couple can put the court case behind them, next year we'll likely see the results of the ongoing bullying investigations made against Meghan. Buckingham Palace announced in March that it was investigating allegations of unacceptable behaviour by Meghan towards staff. And as of June, reports claimed that investigations were still ongoing. Duncan says the investigation could expose even more damaging claims about Meghan, or it could clear her name. But I do think this recent court victory for Meghan and Harry will make them determined to win back public support. Her statement was really surprising, clearly very determined, and I imagine she'll now be going forward with her ambitions, all guns blazing. I think they have a lot to prove to win hearts and for Brown Sussex to thrive. It also says here that family relations are worse than ever, and that's on both sides. Harry doesn't have a relationship with his family, and he has a massive family. He doesn't have a good relationship with them, and Meghan, of course, she severed all ties with her family the minute that she found out that Harry was about to marry her and effectively destroy his life as he knew it. So it continues on here. Meghan's relationship with her father was already damaged, but Duncan says the bombshell that Meghan and Harry were reportedly involved in finding freedom further fueled their rift with the royals, as the book made accusations of unfriendliness towards Meghan from both Kate, who allegedly didn't welcome Meghan into the royal fold, and Prince William, who behaved like a snob and reportedly told Harry not to be blindsided by lust over this girl. It also accuses the family of being unable to cope with Meghan for being different, and Duncan says the bombshell unveiled in the court case that Meghan had been involved in finding freedom is yet another dagger to the royal family. The book made a series of vicious remarks about the royals, the Duchess of Cambridge in particular. I imagine it's worse than the rift. In terms of her dad, it seems she's now further away than ever from reconciliation. If she'd lost the appeal, they may have had to come face to face in another court hearing, and maybe there was a small chance of reconciliation, but now they can go on with their lives with him still totally cut out of it. It seems her and Harry's relationship with each of their families are worse than ever, and there are also inside reports that her marriage to Harry has also taken a strain. There you have it. So that's the end of the article, and there's a lot more online sources that have leaked recently, which I will get into. I'll be back with another video. Bye guys.